Hey Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing great. It's Tipsy here to do your general love reading for whenever you find this message. Let's jump right in and pull some oracle cards. See what energies are surrounding this love reading for you guys. What's surrounding my Capricorn collective right now? Okay. And the first card that we have out is third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. Let's pull another. Oh, okay. Wow. We have meditation brings answers, and Virgo literally just had that card come out for them too. And let's pull one last one. And we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Ooh. All right. So, Capricorn, what it feels like is a little bit of heavy energy that's surrounding this right now. It feels as though they're either you or your person. I do think that this involves someone who is currently in your life in some way, shape, or form. That you all are not necessarily on a good track. You all are not on a good path. It feels quite stressful. It feels a little bit heavy. And I almost feel as though one of you is sort of in a place of trying to figure out what to do about this. How do I approach this? How do I have this conversation? It almost feels as though maybe you or the other person have tried to sort of talk through things, and there's an air of defensiveness that's sort of happening. And it's like, okay, how do I approach this so we can have a very adult conversation where nobody's in their feelings, where it doesn't turn into, well, I feel this type of way, and then the other person is like, well, you did this and you did that. Like, how do we have this conversation where both of us are able to let our guards down enough to actually hear each other? So it feels as though there's a desire to have some sort of dialogue, to get some clarity about what's going on in this relationship. But there needs to be maybe a different approach in how that's being done. So let's pull some tarot and see if we can get a little bit more detail on what's happening right now. So let's start with my Capricorn's energy. What's happening with my Capricorn collective? We have the Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Materials in this deck. What about Capricorn's person? We have the Magician in reverse. For what's currently hidden, we have the Five of Materials in reverse. Advice from Spirit. Advice from Spirit for my Capricorn collective. We have the Ace of Voices. And for the potential outcome. Potential outcome, we have the Queen of Inspiration, or the Queen of Wands in reverse. So let's see if we can clarify these a little bit further. Oh, that one almost flipped over, didn't quite make it, but all right, Capricorns, for your current energy, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, and we also have the Ten of Cups upright. For your person, what's going on with Capricorn's person? Oh, all right, we got a couple that came out. We have the Hermit, and we also have the Five of Cups. For obstacles, challenges, what's currently hidden, we have the Ace of Cups. For advice from Spirit, we have the Five of Swords. And for your potential outcome, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, whew. Child, hold on a second. Listen. Capricorns, a lot going on right now. So for your energy, we have the Six of Materials, or the Six of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse, and we also have the Ten of Cups. Capricorn, it looks like right now all you want is just some balance, right? You want some equal give and take. It feels as though things are a little bit lopsided in this relationship right now, and it's stressful, right? I don't feel like it was always this way. It feels as though maybe over time things have sort of deteriorated in the relationship. And you're getting to the point where it's like, I'm tired of this stress. Like I just want to be happy. Can we go back to our happy place? How did we get to this place? Right? And it feels as though you're sort of searching for answers that you haven't necessarily gotten yet. It doesn't seem as though this person has been like super forthcoming about things with you, about where they are in this relationship, how they're feeling, how they view it going forward. But for your part, you don't want to fight. You don't want any of that, but you want some sort of balance. You want to know that this person is in it with you. You want to have happiness with this person. But at the same time, you're also ready to let go of the stress that this relationship has brought you now. Now, for your person's part, and I'm going to be honest with you, Capricorn, I'm not feeling your person right now. We have the Magician in reverse, we have the Hermit, and we have the Five of Cups. This to me feels like somebody who stopped trying. This is somebody who's not necessarily talking. They're not really doing much. And it feels as though they've sort of walked away. They've almost accepted the loss, right? And I don't think that they're necessarily happy about it. But, you know, it feels as though they feel as though something's been lost in this relationship as well. But the difference between the two of you is that you're willing to look for a solution to seek happiness. They've just sort of gone within themselves and they're not really trying to do much to make this better, even though they acknowledge that things are not the same, that there's a loss here. They're not trying to make it better. Looking at challenges and obstacles and what's sort of currently hidden from you, we have the Five of Materials or the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And we also have the Ace of Cups. So the biggest challenge right now that you're facing, I think for you, Capricorn, is that you don't want to be left out in the cold. You don't want to be sort of shut out. You want this new beginning. You want this rekindling of romance, of, you know, getting back to this happy place. And there's just a lot of uncertainty on how to approach it. What do I say? Do I even say anything? How do we do this differently? But it feels as though you're the one who's asking those questions, that this other person is not. It feels as though they've checked out. So you're kind of left hoping that something will happen and there will be a new start, a fresh, beginning for the two of you. Okay, so Capricorn, I have to tell you what just happened. Reading about this new fresh start that seems to be a challenge for you, my laptop literally just randomly started updating the software. No warning, no nothing. So there was just a straight up reboot that just happened. And, I was a little bit worried that I had sort of lost your reading, but fortunately it's still here. But I found that quite interesting. I look for signs, so we'll see if that applies. But looking at your advice from Spirit, we have the Ace of Voices and we also have the Five of Swords. So this is speaking up, right? This is having that hard conversation. And don't be surprised if this person is defensive. Don't be surprised if this ends up in an argument or some type of disagreement. But I think for your sake, Capricorn, you have to speak up because it really does feel as though this is This is eating you up a little bit. And you might be the type of person where it's like, I'm going to fight to the end. I'm going to fight until I am quite certain that there is nothing left to fight for. So I feel like for your sake, and people a lot of times want closure, right? I don't necessarily believe in it, but a lot of people need to have that last conversation. They need to hear something directly from a person in very clear and certain terms. So this might be you having that conversation, even having that disagreement, so that you have absolute clarity on what this relationship is or is not. So what we have for your potential outcome, and I'm not trying to be vulgar, Capricorn, but the message that just popped into my head was I dried up. So it feels as though after you have this conversation, after you sort of figure out how it is that you want to approach this, that you will have that conversation. We have the Queen of Inspiration or the Queen of Wands in reverse, and we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this outcome is that of somebody who is like, yeah, I'm good. Like the attraction's gone. This is not going to bring me my happiness. Done deal. Like this is just someone who I'm literally seeing somebody who's like, somebody who's like kind of looking over their shoulder, side eye, somebody like, ugh. Like that's how I feel you're going to come out of this conversation. And I think that that's going to allow you to let this person go and let this stress go, because it doesn't feel as though they're going to give you that balance, that equal give and take that you're looking for. And, that might be your adjustment. It might be in the way that you approach them, but it also ultimately might be in how you show up in this relationship. Or if you stop showing up, that might be the adjustment that you're making. But I think that for right now, it's something that you're strongly thinking about. I do think that you're going to move forward with it. And I just want to point out something else, Capricorn. I've done a couple of readings before yours. And the first reading that I did, my voice was going in and out. Like it was very raspy. It was very low. And for whatever reason, about now halfway through your reading, my voice is back at full strength. And so I feel like this is you finding your voice, speaking up and saying, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm not getting what I need. Where are you? Where are you in this? What are you doing? And so, that might cause a little bit of a dust up, but then I think you're going to use your voice and be like, yeah, all right then, bet, I'm good. Best of luck to you. Thoughts and prayers, bless your heart. All of that good stuff. So Capricorn, I think this is you finding your voice to get the clarity that you need from this person so that you're able to move on from them. So let me grab one last oracle card for you and see what final message we have from Spirit. Oh, Capricorn, self-love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. So again, I think that you have the concept of love, right? I think you know what you want because you're able to recognize that that's not what you're getting from this person. But I think that you are also going to love yourself enough to walk away, to let go of this stress because you're not getting what it is that you need from this person. You're not receiving the same amount that you're giving to them. And so I think that you're going to ultimately wish this person a fond farewell, maybe a not so fond farewell, but you're going to go pour that energy that you were giving to them into yourself so that you can show up well for the next person that comes along, so that you can be equally as discerning, equally as observant, and making sure that your wants, your needs, your boundaries are perfectly intact. So Capricorns, I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs. But real quick, I would also like to point out that the incense just went out on your reading. So it feels like that fire is gone. Ugh, right? All right. Hugs, guys. Take care.